Winter, 1850. The Orkney Islands. A storm unlike anything the North Atlantic had seen in generations tears across Scotland. Wind howling like a living thing, waves smashing into ancient stone with the force of a hammer. For days, the sea assaults the coastline, until suddenly, silence. When the villagers emerge, they find something impossible. Where sand dunes once stood, an entire Stone Age village has been ripped open by the storm. Stone walls, perfectly preserved. Rooms frozen in time. A world older than the pyramids, uncovered by accident. Carved stone beds, dressers built into the walls, storage boxes sealed with clay, tools still lying where they were dropped. This wasn't a ruin, it was a home, a community paused in mid-breath. Local laird William Watt stares into the exposed chambers, confused. No one in 1850 had ever seen anything like this. 70 islands scattered between Scotland and the Arctic. A place shaped by wind, water, and myth. On the western coast of mainland Orkney, the village soon earns a name: Skara Brae. A settlement so advanced it should not exist in its time.
8 houses, all linked by covered passageways, protected from the brutal Orkney winters, built into the earth itself for insulation. Inside each home, the same layout: a hearth at the center, beds flanking the walls, a stone dresser facing the door, perhaps to display treasured items, storage pits, waterproof stone boxes sealed with clay used to keep food fresh, a Stone Age refrigerator in 3180 BCE. This wasn't survival. This was design. Imagine the glow of the hearth. Children curled on beds lined with furs. Fish stewing in clay pots. Tools for weaving, carving, cooking scattered neatly on shelves. They farmed barley, herded cattle, crafted beads from ivory and whalebone, decorated pottery with swirling geometric patterns. These weren't primitive survivalists. They were artists, engineers, storytellers, a culture. Skara Brae was founded around 3180 BCE. At that moment, the pyramids did not exist. Stonehenge was still centuries away. Writing had not been invented. Yet these islanders built homes with drainage systems, standardized architecture, central planning, furniture carved directly from stone. How did a tiny community at the edge of Europe develop technology this advanced while the rest of the world lagged behind? No one knows. After nearly 600 years of continual habitation, Skara Brae goes quiet around 2500 BCE. No bodies, no weapons, no signs of violence, no mass graves, no epidemic, just silence. What makes it eerie are the objects left behind. Beads spilled on the floor, tools abandoned mid-craft, hearths with ash still inside, tables still arranged for meals. It's as if the entire village stood up, walked away, and vanished.
Orkney's coastline has retreated for millennia. Some believe Skara Brae was slowly swallowed by changing seas. But here's the problem. The houses were not destroyed by water. The rooms weren't flooded.
There's no layer of marine debris. If the sea forced them out, they left before the ocean ever reached them. Why? Another theory. A single unimaginable storm. A storm surge. A tsunami. Something so devastating it terrified the villagers into fleeing. But again, no structural collapse. No crushed passageways. No burn marks. If disaster struck, it left no physical evidence. Some propose conflict with incoming tribes, competition for resources, pressure from migrants. But archaeology offers no weapons, no arrowheads, no burned homes. If war came to Skara Brae, it came without a battle. Then there is another possibility: ritual abandonment. Many ancient cultures left settlements behind as acts of belief after the death of a leader, a prophecy, or a spiritual transformation. What if Skara Brae was intentionally left untouched as a sacred site, a monument, a place too important or too feared to return to? It would explain the order, the intact rooms, the suddenness. Not a disaster, but a decision. Yet none of the theories answer everything. Why did they leave tools mid-use? Why abandon food? Why did no one retrieve valuables? And where did they go on an island with limited routes? How does a 600-year-old community vanish in a single generation without leaving a trace?
For 4,000 years, Skara Brae slept beneath the sand, untouched, protected, waiting. When the 1850 storm revealed it, the world gained the best-preserved Neolithic village in Europe. A place where we can walk through the same doorways, touch the same stone beds, stand where a family once stood 5,000 years ago. A place where time forgot to erase the details.
Stand in Skara Brae today. Hear the wind carrying the echo of the past. Feel the silence of a world that once thrived here. These stones held lives, mothers, fathers, children, artists, fishermen, storytellers. They lived in comfort. They engineered brilliance. They created beauty in a harsh world. And then they walked into history and left no explanation. We know they were here. We know they built something extraordinary. But the one question that haunts the stones is the one they never answered. Why did they leave? Some mysteries are meant to endure.
Skara Brae leaves us with a question that no storm, no science, and no scholar has ever answered. Why did they leave? But the ancient world is filled with mysteries just like this one, and each one brings us closer to understanding who we are. And Skara Brae is only the beginning. There's another settlement, older, stranger, and even harder to explain. A place that didn't just vanish, it shouldn't have existed at all. If you want to continue uncovering the forgotten stories buried beneath our feet, then join me. Subscribe now and step with me into the next ancient secret. The mysteries are far from over.